So I'm going to go over trapezoids and kites. Trapezoids are quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel sides, and the parallel side is usually on the top and the bottom. You can also have it on the side, but typically they put either it on the bottom, the long parallel side on the bottom, or on the top. One thing that's really key about parallel trapezoids is whenever this happens, which is this will happen sometimes where they'll give you the angle. This angle and this angle are always going to equal 180 here. So if that's 100, that's 80. If that's 170 degrees, that's 10 degrees. And that's the same for both sides. Now, both sides may not be identical. You can have a trapezoid that looks like this. And in this case, it could be 180 and it could be 90 and 90. But notice the right side equals 180. And this side equals 180 and this side equals 180. The next thing that happens is when you get what's called an isosceles equilateral triangle. So when these two are the same and these two are congruent as well to each other, it's a mathematical trick that you can do with the bases. They call this the base up here, and this is base 1 and this is base 2. The bases, and these are legs. When the legs are congruent, the bases, this cool thing with the middle line, they call it the median. So if this line up here is a 10, and this is a 30, the line in the middle is 20. The rule is, the middle is always going to be right in between 10 and 30. So up here, if I made this line, if I made this 100 inches, and this was 50 inches, length of xy is going to be 75 inches. A couple other things you can do with this knowledge, now that you have it, is when you go back to doing any of these problems, you can literally just do, you can do it with finding the middle, but you can do it with finding the top or the bottom as well. So if this down here was 50, and this was 45, that's a change of -5. But from here to here has to be the same. So from here to here is an adding of 25. So how do you get the top number? You have to do the same. You have to add another 25. So I'm going to change colors just so you can see from here to here also has to be a -5. So AB is 40. How they change it up is they're going to give you examples now where they actually give you variables and you are going to have to fill them in. So for instance, they'll say something like, if this top number here is 10, if the top number is 10, the middle number is 15, find W, and W is just going to equal 20.